So, you're a new believer and you're looking to pick up a brand new Bible, your first Bible. Oh my goodness, there are so many options. ESV, NIV, NASB, some call it NASB. What does that mean? Look, I'm going to give you my 2 recommendations for Bibles to start with. Take it or leave it. I'm going to give you my 2 best Bible recommendations at this point, halfway through 2024. So let's get into it. So I've made a video before about translations and the differences between translations and how we have word for word, thought for thought. There are paraphrase translations as well. Some would not call them translations, but they exist. And so what I want to distill this down to is 2 Bibles for you to choose from, because overwhelm is a terrible, terrible thing. And if you're overwhelmed, you're not going to pick anything, and then you're not going to study the word, and then you're no better off than when you started. So, one of these Bibles is specifically written for women. The other one is not. I haven't found a solid men's only Bible that fits in this category. But when I do, and if you have a recommendation, leave one in the comments below for a men's study Bible, and then I'll review it on the channel. But until then, these are my recommendations. So the first recommendation could be for anybody, and both of these Bibles are study Bibles. Why do I recommend a study Bible? Because you may not have the money or the desire or the time to dig into a concordance, a commentary, a Bible dictionary, a cultural background study Bible, all the things that you typically see me digging through when I do a Bible study. And that's okay. So in place of that, I would start with a study Bible. Because study Bibles have cross-references, they have notes on the verses, just like a commentary does. There's maps. I will try to put screenshots up so you can see inside the ESV Study Bible that I have here. But, basically, you get the benefit of studies and commentaries without having to carry around a separate commentary. And so that's why I recommend getting a study Bible. There are lots and lots of study Bibles, but again, these are the 2 that I recommend. The first one is the ESV Study Bible. Now this is the paperback version, but I believe it does come in a hardcover version. My church Bible is actually an ESV journaling study Bible. So they come in a variety of covers and variations. This is the personal size by Crossway, so it's a very thick and very heavy, but it doesn't, the only downside is there really isn't room to take notes, so you will need a notebook or just some paper you have lying around to take notes from this Bible. But it is a solid study Bible. The English Standard Version, or ESV, for the most part is published by Crossway. They hold the copyright, and it is in the category of word-for-word translations. So you are getting a more literal representation of the original manuscripts when you read the English Standard Version. That does not mean it is the best version or the best translation for you. You may find it easier to have an NLT, or New Living Translation Study Bible. But again, there's so many that I haven't found one specifically to recommend. But the ESV is kind of like the gold standard Grand Mac Daddy of, of study Bibles. So ESV is my first recommendation. My second recommendation doesn't mean it's a lesser recommendation, but my other recommendation is actually an NLT, or New Living Translation, but this one is specifically a women's Bible. I don't know if you can see that. There might be a little too much light on this, but this is the Every Woman's Study Bible, a study Bible for the heart and mind. And this is published by Tyndale. It is equipped with the Filament Bible app, and And that simply means there is a corresponding app that allows you to watch videos, read articles, have more notes than are contained within the Bible itself. So this Bible, this NLT Bible right here, this Thin Line Bible, also is Filament app enabled. So Tyndale is very good about enabling their Bibles with the Filament app, and I think that it really aids in studying. So if you want, now New Living Translation falls more on the thought for thought spectrum, not word for word, but thought for thought. So it's a little easier to understand. And this particular Bible that I did a review on already, and I will link in the description. This particular Bible, as I said, is for women, and all the contributors are women. And there are there's your dictionary, concordance, commentary, cross references, all of that stuff in this Every Woman's Bible. So between the ESV and the Every Woman's Bible, I believe you'll be able to find a study Bible that works for you. Okay? But like I said, take into account how you read, whether you desire a more word-for-word translation or you desire a more thought-for-thought translation. Wherever you are in your season with your walk with God is okay. There is not a right or wrong here. However, I do want to caution you against a few translations, like the Message, like the Passion Translation, and there's a handful of others that are not true translations, especially because they've been put together just by one person. But those more fall along the line of paraphrase, and they're not true enough to the text. They've changed too much. In trying to be the Bible for a modern language, they've actually changed too much of the text so that the meaning isn't where it should be. So if you have a Message Bible or a Passion Translation, just be aware of that. You don't have to get rid of it, but I would encourage you not to use it as your main text. Use it maybe just as a supplement to really, really clarify something. But again, if you've got an NLT or even if you've got an NIV, a New International Version, I think most people would be able to understand what is being said in the text without relying on the paraphrase version, such as the Message or the Passion Translation. And I will do an entirely separate video on Bible translations to avoid. But for now, I just want you to know that my solid recommendations are get a study Bible and get one that is either English Standard Version or New Living Translation. And the ones I recommend specifically are the ESV Study Bible and the Every Woman's Bible by Tyndale. And the ESV Bible is by Crossway. And yeah, so if you have any other questions about which Bible to start with as a new believer, please let me know in the comments. I will be happy to answer any questions that you have. And look for that video on the translations to avoid, so that we can all get better in our theology and our understanding and reading of God's Word. All right, so if you want to know some basic Bible study tips for beginners, check out this video next. My name is Wendy. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you know when the next video drops. And like this video, share it. Someone you know could use this. All right, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.